Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Ballad is the poetic or musical style of storytelling, and one of the oldest ballad singers of Khasi Hills is Krios Walang. Our section in person brings to you this unique art of Krios Walang.
Krios Walang is the man who represents a tradition that has outlived all odds of time. He is the Khasi ballad singer. His village, Mopnap, is just 20 kilometers away from Shillong and is a symbol of the rich repository of the folk traditions of the Khasis, the hill dwellers of Meghalaya. Like elsewhere in the mountains, the Khasis too had their traditional storytellers. Ballads embodify the literary elements of poetry, music and dance. This took its form in the absence of a coherent Khasi script till the middle of the 19th century. Ballad, thus, is the lyrical form of the oral tradition which is carried through generations. Ballads are based on the stories of the past in praise of the legendary acts of rulers and chieftains. Walang's ballads carry the reflections of the efforts of the chief of Nanglo and others to drive away the British from the Khasi Hills. Krios, at 70, is one of the oldest performer of this tradition of storytelling. Northeast File met him at his village.
उस वक्त में पहला जमाना तो हम लोग माँ बाप में इतना लिखा पढ़ा भी नहीं है, रिकॉर्ड भी नहीं है, तो हम अंदाज से 72 होगा कि जनी 72 का ऊपर में होगा कि जनी, ये नीचे भी हम बतलाने नहीं सकता, अंदाज से ऐसा है.
Krios remembers that his father brought him from Cherrapunji, and on way to Mopnap village, he listened to a ballad singer for the first time. He liked it and practiced on his own. He believes that ballad will always remain young and modern.
ये अपना है, निजा है, कोई भी नहीं सिखाता है. अपना से हम लोग बचाता है, कोई भी नहीं सिखाता.
His renderings have a high degree of perfection, as it is the only form of solo performance. This style, that is very much in consonance with traditional Khasi verse, is known as pawar. It is a composition containing 4 stresses with a rhyme on each stress. Walang says that the duitara, the 2-stringed accompaniment, was added much later. Duitara is known among Khasis as ka the duitara and has been borrowed from the plains. Like all Khasis, Krios is a farmer. Barring the age and devotion to ballad singing, he still finds time for his life.
हम लोग का पहला का जमाना है सुना था है, तो इसलिए हम लोग उसको आस्ते आस्ते याद रखा है. फिर पीछे हम लोग का कवि सिखाता है, बालाद का वास्ते है.
Free from the influence of time, Krios Walang has succeeded in keeping the reminiscence of an oral tradition alive, without any external assistance or help. Surprisingly, Krios says he has not taught anybody his art. Now the question remains, What will be the fate of this tradition that Walang has kept alive with time?
तो फिर जब तक हम हुआ ऑल इंडिया रेडियो में 1987 हम किया था तो फिर उसमें हमको बोला और दूसरा भी तो लेने होगा तो उस वक्त से दूसरा हम शुरू कर दिया
The style of living is a reflection of the culture of a society. In Canvas, we bring you an insight into the life of the Angamis of Bara Basti in Kohima district of Nagaland.
Perched on the northeastern fringes of India, Nagaland is a land of enchanting beauty and charm. People here are simple, energetic and receptive to new ideas. Western influence is evident in their lifestyle. Yet, the Nagas have blended beautifully into modernity, preserving their old culture and tradition. 16 odd tribes and sub-tribes inhabit this colourful state. A few kilometers away from the state capital Kohima lie the first ever settlement of Angami tribe, Bara Basti, believed to be one of the most populous villages in Asia. As one approaches the village, a large traditional wooden gate called the Usoma Gate greets you. The Angami villages have subdivisions called khels. Each village is subdivided into khels. As the day breaks, Bara Basti shakes off its slumber. The Angamis get up very early. The women are usually the first to step out. This is a typical Angami house. The house of a prosperous Angami consists of a series of carved panels on which the most frequently recurring motif is the heads of Mithuns. The tiger painted on the door is a symbol of valor. The carvings are painted with colors used in dyeing clothes. The Angami men bring firewood strapped on their backs. The pigs are generally kept by the not-so-well-to-do Angamis in the pens outside their house. Angami women generally share the household work. They have traditional means of grinding grains. Stones are used for grinding and husking. These are done with L-shaped branches of trees. The interior of a typical Angami house is divided into 3 compartments. Food is cooked on a hearth. The staple food of Angami is rice. Meat is also an essential part of their menu. Pieces of meat are dried and hung up, which are often cut and scrapped from time to time for cooking. Walls are often adorned with paintings of hunting a Mithun. Baskets of all shapes and sizes are made by the Angami Nagas. They are used for storing grains and to carry food. The Angamis mostly use wooden utensils. Rice beer or madhu for an Angami is almost a staple article of consumption. Both men and women consume rice beer. The Angami women consume less potent rice beer prepared from the leftover rice. Skulls of animals hunted by the Angami Nagas are generally hung outside the rooms. Series of skull bones can be seen hanging on almost each and every Angami house. On the panels of the Usoma gate, the scimitar of horns of Mithun head, symbolizing towards the bravery and valor of the Angami, are usually carved. Stone culture is prominent in Naga culture. The Angamis put up stones in the memory of their ancestors and dear ones. This shining red dress is generally worn by the village elder or Gau Bura. The typical hairstyle of an Angami Naga is to let the hair grow in front while a portion of the scalp is shaved off at the back. During the Second World War, the Allied forces halted the advancing Japanese army at Kohima. These bullet holes in Bara Basti remain the mute witnesses of the great battle. They are a testimony to the turmoils the tribe had once faced.
It is often said that no other place in the country offers such a variety of waterfalls as Cherrapunji. An added attraction is a network of limestone caves. But what makes Cherrapunji more adventurous? Destination This Week will give you the answer.
High above the misty valleys, foaming rivers and swirling clouds lies Cherrapunji, at an altitude of 4,200 feet above the sea level. This place till recently was the wettest place on the earth, till climatic changes edged it out from this slot. Cherrapunji is perhaps the only place in India which has just one season, the monsoon. The rain, however, is not likely to spoil your day, as it rains mostly at night. This was the first civil military station of the British in the Khasi Jaintia Plateau. It is believed that the sheer beauty of this place had made the Britishers set up their administrative headquarters here. In Cherrapunji, the heaviest rainfalls span approximately for 5 long months, from May to September. Cherrapunji at this time is transformed into a sea of tiny gushing rivulets. After September, the torrential downpour changes to a gentle patter. Amidst all the surprises of Cherrapunji, where it rains every month, is its warm sunshine. When the clouds drift away, one can see as far as Bangladesh. The spectacular cascade, the 1,035 feet high Mosmai Falls, the 4th highest in India, is just a few kilometers away from Cherrapunji. Close by the waterfalls lie another attraction for tourists, the limestone caves. The other ends of these caves have not yet been explored. This still remains as a major challenge to the adventurous and geologists alike.
The old Khasi peoples used to preserve these sacred groups on conservation point of view, saying some deities are there. If you pluck and destroy plants or trees from there, your clan will be finished. So naturally they preserve those forests and they remain untouched. But currently such belief has been fallen very meager.
Set among deep gorges and roaring waterfalls, Cherrapunji remains one of the most extraordinary places of breathtaking beauty. Perhaps no other place in India can offer such a variety of flora and fauna. The scenic beauty and the view of the falls streaking down every slope has made Cherrapunji one of the most popular tourist spots in the country. Destination information. Road. Cherrapunji is 58 kilometers from Shillong, capital of Meghalaya. The road is motorable. Taxis also ply between Shillong and Cherrapunji. Rail. Nearest railhead is Guwahati in Assam. Air. Nearest airport is Umroi, about 30 kilometers from Shillong. Hotels. Cherrapunji has fairly comfortable private hotels. For circuit houses and dark bungalows, prior permission is required from the administration. Foreign tourists are to contact Foreigners Registration Office at Hans Bhavan, New Delhi, or Meghalaya Information Centre at Russell Street, Calcutta.